student. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is about Seoul. Most of the prestigious universities in Korea are located in Seoul, and in Seoul there are a lot of schools. 49 or something universities are located in Seoul. And Seoul is a very urban area. There are really good transportation systems. The subway is really nice. There are a lot of people living in Seoul. There are a lot of companies located in Seoul. For my school, Hanyang University is located at Hwangsimli. You can go to the Seoul Forest by 10 minutes by walk. You can work out there. You can go on a run. It's a really nice place. You can go to the Gangnam area by subway. About 20 minutes. You can go to the Hongdae area within 20 minutes by subway. It's a really nice place to experience Seoul. If you plan to come to Seoul to study, you will experience a lot of Seoul when you come here. I highly recommend doing some research about Seoul before coming here. And the second thing that I'm going to talk about is about English levels. There are a lot of classes that are in English. Even myself as a Korean student, it's mandatory to take courses in English, for example like marketing or strategic management. In Korea, throughout middle school and high school education, you get a lot of English education. However, the education that you get in middle school and high school is not about English, but more about skills to take English exam much better. Does that make sense? It's about like memorization and stuff. It's really hard to obtain like high level English in Korea just by the education system itself. From my experiences, I had a lot of professors in English only classes that are not great at English. Sometimes I couldn't understand their pronunciation very well. It was a bit stressful to listen to the bad pronunciation. And as well as that, the majority of Korean students studying in Korea has a hard time speak and write in English. So you have to know that it may be hard for you to take English courses or have conversation with your classmate. The majority of the Koreans can speak English, but minor things like grammar and pronunciation, people might not get that right. So take that in mind. Third thing is about alcohol. After graduating high school and getting into university, alcohol culture is very, very strong in Korea. Every time we have a group meal or something, every time there's alcohol, right? This alcohol culture is very huge part of university life in Korea. Let me explain. Yeah, before talking about alcohol culture, in Korea, getting into university is really tough. The ranking of Korean university is very emphasized. Parents want their child to get to the high ranking universities. You have to go through very stressful times of your life. I personally studied really hard to get into this university. All I did in high school is like sleep and study. I think the majority of the Korean students are doing the things that they couldn't do in their high school life, in their university life. And one of them is alcohol. When you go out in the streets right in front of any university, there's a lot of places that sell alcohol, like foods with alcohol, and that culture is really popular here. You'll have to take that in mind before you come here. Number 4 is about group projects. When studying in Korean universities, it may differ from what you're studying, but in my case, I had a lot of group projects that I had to do throughout these semesters, and this can be tough. The Korean high school and middle school education system is all about getting better grades. By better grades, it means getting higher scores in standardized tests. A lot of Korean students don't have enough experiences to go through a lot of group projects before coming to the university. All they do is sit down and memorize stuff, take tests and stuff, so they don't have a lot of chances to do group projects. We actually really start getting into doing group projects when we come to university to study. If you get a chance to work with Korean students, it can be tough. They might suffer from lack of participation or the English level, as I mentioned before. All you have to do is keep that in mind. You just enjoy with the Korean students and they will follow along. 5th is about making friends. If you want to make Korean friends, listen carefully. For my school, especially in Hanyang University Business School, there are a lot of great international exchange programs. You get a chance to meet Korean students, and the Korean students will take you to various places in Seoul. It's a really nice program to meet international students and Korean students, vice versa. However, it is a definitely limited program. It is hard to find friends outside of the program. For example, like if you want to become a friend with random student studying in the library, there's no really great chance to